Hey everyone, welcome back to Absolutely! Today I'm going to be sitting with Dan and Hassan, and we're going to be look at Neb's Good Takes, just an overview of all the stuff that was going on behind the scenes in the Arrowverse. Now we've read a couple of these to make sure that this wasn't like trolly and it was interesting, but we haven't read the full thing with the intention of doing it live and getting live reactions. Dan, I don't even think has even opened up this link. I don't think he even opened it one time.
I don't even have the link.
I sent it in the big group chat.
It's in the big group chat.
I didn't pay attention to the big group chat.
I read most of this on Twitter, and I knew a lot of this going in because I was very attached to the Arrowverse growing up. But there was even stuff I didn't know, and it was genuinely a fun read to hear the behind the scenes, the controversies that led to a lot of the decisions that shaped these shows. So
Yeah, and I'm actually curious how much of this I knew and how much of it I didn't know.
yeah,
So
let's find out. So the first thing, I think this is hilarious. These were the first promo images of Arrow, which is crazy because
this looks like a sitcom.
Yeah.
This looks, yeah.
Yeah,
This-
I'd watch this show.
Look at no.
Yeah. In the leather jacket, the ill-fitting leather jacket on Steven. There we go. This is some promo images I remember.
Yeah, that one I remember. I've seen that.
He never
one.
had that though. He never had a quiver that looked like
the
that.
quiver looks photoshopped on.
I
Yeah,
wish
it
I
is.
could. I wish I could say he never was shirtless like this, but I think that was half his time in the show.
Yeah. It was like a clause in his contract. He had to be shirtless a certain amount in episodes. I think they go into this in this.
Do they? Okay, I was gonna
Yeah.
say because I know they did the salmon ladder like every other episode. It's like, look at me do the salmon
It was like a
ladder.
literal requirement of the show, and I think maybe eventually he put his foot down about it. Look how it just looks goofy when you think about what this dark, depressing show ended up being.
Yeah.
Looks like, oh, we've got a new character for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Here's his headshot.
This reminds me of Justin Hartley when he was going to be Arrow. When he was
Yeah,
Arrow. in the
yeah,
Super
he was
Smallville.
Green Arrow on Smallville. It
Yeah.
absolutely looks like now. It looks like the current Justin Hartley.
Yeah.
So this thread right here. So Stephen Amell, when the Flash aired its first episode, that was the day Ezra Miller's casting was announced for the Flash movie. So he was pissed. He was like, I'm gonna read the quote. I thought that it was you had it right. I thought that it was shitty that all this stuff got announced the morning of the spectacular ratings of the second episode of The Flash came in. So he just unabashed was like, I thought that the way Warner Brothers announced DC movies could have been handled better, and I think that someone like Grant Gustin, who has launched an iconic character like The Flash to record-breaking numbers, should have, I think it was like more space or room. It doesn't really matter. A wider breadth than 2 episodes before announcing another actor is playing his character. I love that. Steven this whole time has been like, I do not care, Warner Brothers. I am your Green Arrow, and I'll say what I want. You make dumb choices. And I really like this.
So.
Wait, so hold on. Ezra Miller got announced as the Flash the
10
same
years ago.
like when Arrow season 1 happened?
No, so Flash season 1, episode 2 had aired. That's the day. The same
That
day they
long
announced
ago?
it. That's how long ago it was.
Oh my god, and we've only seen the guy do one thing as the Flash.
I need to find the original. I'm looking for it. 2014, I'll say.
Yeah. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing.
Oh, here we go. This is the original one, Dan. If you don't remember it, you were working here at this time.
No, because I remember this because this was early on when I was not required to be like watching everything.
Yeah,
or
yeah, when
anything
you
like
liked your
that.
job.
I was just doing what I wanted to do. Exactly.
But yeah, this is back in the day. They announced that this whole slate here, it was around the time that it came out, but Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League Part 1, Flash, Aquaman, untitled film, Shazam, Justice League 2, untitled film, Cyborg was getting a movie, and Green Lantern.
Love that.
I like that the Flash was supposed to come out 2018.
Yeah.
Really gives you perspective on who runs that ship, huh?
So, all right. So, yes, Stephen Amell is very upset. At San Diego Comic-Con 2014, a DC TV panel featured the full cast of The Flash, Arrow, Gotham, and Constantine together for the first and only time.
They never did this again because these shows slowly got canceled and shuffled around. This is before
Constantine and the guy, Gordon.
Yeah, and that's before Constantine was like formally part of the Arrowverse, where he would be like later. Matt Ryan would be recast and brought back in. But this is a crazy picture. What a crazy picture to have that. And look at Grant. Look at Grant just cheesing at him in the background. Tom Cavanaugh's trying to look at his abs on the big screen behind him.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that's a screen showing him probably for the back of the panel, and Tom Cavanaugh's like, oh, "Hello there, Oliver
I
Queen."
feel like somebody asked if the abs are real. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's
Yeah, I
so
don't-
great. Yeah, it's crazy to look at. There's Quentin Lance. You got John Diggle.
Hey, look, it's Batman and Catwoman.
Yeah, no. And
Gotham
wait,
was a great show, and this is
I liked a
this
lot
is
of the
back
early
when
part of
nobody had
Gotham.
any issues with the Flash or Arrow. At
There's
this time, people were complaining about Arrow not keeping up with the Flash in terms of quality. Like, that's
oh
what
my
was going
God,
on.
I remember this because the Arrow had a huge dip into season 3, and Flash season 1 was like beautiful and perfect.
When
This is a
Barry
little
learns how to
flub.
do his supersonic punch in episode 6, they use a shot of his fist going the wrong way.
Yeah, it
Going
looks
the
really
wrong
weird.
way.
I don't fully understand what. I always thought this shot looked weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong hand.
That's so dumb. That's insane.
The wrong hand. Artist Boss Logic got popular largely from his frequent fan posters during these seasons.
Guys, Boss is a friend of mine. He went on. He did the Spider-Man No Way Home or Far From Home box art. He did all the billboards for it. He did all the billboards and promo and like DVD box art for It Chapter 2. He's done so much cool stuff, and it all started because he was an Arrow fanboy.
I remember
He's
during
super
this
cool.
period, Rob started trying to do these things, and he had a few that took off. And like he did the John Krasinski poster that everyone still uses to this day for Fantastic Four.
Really, that's so cool. But yeah, this is really well done. He's a really talented artist. Oh my God, I remember this.
Arrow Season 2 featured a deleted scene with Harley Quinn, voiced by Tara Strong, where she gives Diggle a racist nickname and is left in the Argus prison. WB stepped in to stop them from using Suicide Squad characters altogether. I remember this argument.
Yeah.
I remember this was a huge deal.
This whole season was supposed to, or the coming season was supposed to be a Suicide Squad season. So they introduced them here, and then WB said, no, you can't do that because we suck and we're stupid and we don't know how to run our business at all. So that's why they did the stupid League of Assassins plot that nearly ruined the show. But he calls him chocolate pudding, I think.
Yeah, it's right here.
With the
Hey,
phrase "the
chocolate
most racist
pudding.
name ever," I was not expecting chocolate
No.
pudding.
No, it still had to go to PG-13.
No, I know. It was.
It was
I
very
was just
clickbait.
expecting way
Very
worse.
clickbait. But there was a really
Behind the scenes, producer Mark Guggenheim admitted that although the character was indeed Harley Quinn, a longtime enemy of Batman, the character was simply an Easter egg for fans instead credited as deranged woman in the end credits of Suicide Squad, voiced by Tara Strong. According to Stephen Amell, Harley was planned for the season 2 finale Unthinkable, but the scene was cut due to time. In the deleted scene, John Diggle considers releasing Harley to help him. Lila Michaels and the Suicide Squad confront Amanda Waller, but Floyd Lawton immediately advises him against it as they leave. Revealed that there were plans for the character to appear. However, Willa Holland stated that they had to be axed due to the film being released. Yeah, this was during that period where they had that thing of like, if you're in this, you can't be in this.
Christopher Nolan spearheaded that movement. He was so passionate about that because they wanted to use Batman on Smallville. They really wanted to, and they had all the budget and everything all lined up. And he goes, no, my version of the character's on screen. Audiences are, I guess, stupid, and they can't handle more than one interpretation of a character at a time. So because of that, they wrote Green Arrow into Smallville because they couldn't use billionaire Bruce Wayne.
But yeah, no, that movement stayed for a while because I remember the Grant Gustin and Ezra Miller thing was like, wait, what? How are they going to do this? They're not allowed to have two different characters. And I think early on we were assuming Ezra Miller was going to be Wally or something along those lines. Yeah. But yeah, because there was talks of them making a Suicide Squad show, but because of the movie, they were doing a backdoor pilot with here. But because of the movie, they couldn't do it. They couldn't do the proper one.
Yeah.
Killer Frost initially showed up as an Easter egg during the Flash's season 1 finale.
This is when Barry's running right at the end of the finale right here, and he sees like a lot. He sees like the Flash Museum during the sequence. He sees this. He sees his dad in prison. He sees a lot of stuff, or he sees himself in prison. But yeah, this is our like OG look, which is crazy. We caught like a glimpse of
these
that.
are the only existing images of her specific look from that episode.
Yeah.
The
This
first
is
trailer,
really cool.
the first trailer for Legends of Tomorrow used test footage, which featured Stephen Amell and Grant Gustin, among other scenes that were never. Yeah, this irritated me, and I actually really liked the first 2 seasons of Legends, and I heard it was incredible, and I just fell off in that wonky.
Oh my God,
season.
you fell off. It became a much better show.
Yeah,
And
I
loved the
heard
show
that,
initially.
yeah.
I
heard
actually
that.
never even saw the full first season of Legends of Tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I am so thankful for it.
So not a single one of these shots were used. None of this was used.
What?
This is all test footage. Even Black Canary suit is pretty much entirely, or White Canary suit is entirely changed.
I thought they ended up using just this scene.
They used
So
that.
no, because Grant and Steven weren't there. They reshot this because
Okay.
they were here in this sequence, but they're not part of the Legends.
Because initially, Legends was promoted, and this is what got us all to watch the first episode, as being the team-up show where it would be Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell teaming up with the Legends, and then all the that's what we all thought it was going to be.
They absolutely could not afford that.
I think they totally could have at this time. No way in hell.
I meant Grant and Steven couldn't. Their checks were pretty high at this point because their shows had run for 3 seasons each, so they would have had to pay them like a guest star rate or a season regular rate on here, and either way would break the bank.
Because I remember early discussions, because this is back when Sal would even openly talk about the CW universe.
Oh my God,
we all thought that. We're like, there's no way they can afford them full time, and they're not in very many of these other scenes.
Yeah.
So I have a
this
feeling
was such a cool sequence back in the day. I remember being so hype. And Grant's so great. This is the last time you ever see him with the red logo, I think, too. Because they should release this after his season, and he had the white logo going forward.
because we were all hyped. This was like their the initial assumption was this was going to be their version of Justice League.
Yeah, love Wentworth Miller. Love Victor Garber as Martin Stein. He was incredible.
Yeah.
And I love Jefferson Jackson. Franz is a friend too. He's lovely, and he did that role so well.
And an unfortunate editing mistake in Arrow Season 3, Episode 17. The Atom ruthlessly electrocutes Arsenal against a fence, but Oliver is able to talk him down and leaves the area as it cuts to a commercial. Roy doesn't show up again, implying that he abandoned his sidekick's unconscious fried body. What?
Yeah, it's just like a really weird continuity error.
He's just dead?
He just stayed there. He never comes back in the episode. They never clear it up.
Yeah, we fucked up.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Love it.
Chantel I can't say that.
Chantel Vince Stanton.
Vince Stanton, okay.
Patty
Revealed that Patty
Spivot.
Spivot was written out of The Flash early in Season 2 because Andrew Kreisberg was upset with her for booking a role on another TV show. He was later fired after nearly 20 people accused him of sexual harassment.
Yeah, he's a monster.
I thought she just left because she wanted to.
No, this monster, he gave so
with
many,
that
and
face.
some people haven't like formally spoken out, so you don't know all the details, but potentially like Emily Bett Ricard, her character Felicity was intentionally made unlikable because she denied his sexual advances. So he would write their characters and make them worse so that audiences would hate them and they would get harassed. That's how crazy, that's how much power this guy had. He was a monster. Monster. So yeah, this thing covers everything. So literally says during a
So now we're getting into the tea. Now we're getting Dan, get the tea out. We're gonna spread the tea.
So this is super weird. Where Andrew Kreisberg like they talk about how it's not going to be a speedster villain, and the audience does something weird, and he like doesn't understand why they reacted the way they reacted because he's so like strange and out of touch. Hated this.
Oh
guy.
yeah, he said that the main villain of Season 4 would not be a speedster for once. And the audience erupted in cheers, leaving him visibly confused.
Yeah. You can turn the volume on for this one. I don't think we'll get copyrighted.
I can't without
hear it.
resetting it, yeah.
Yep, you're right.
I'm trying to get to his face. I'm just trying to hear the clip before you can see his face. Because we know what they said. It's being dumb.
Not going to have a speedster villain this season. Does it cut back to him? I don't know.
Yeah, see? He's visibly confused, yeah.
Oh, I guess I've been making a bad show by harassing people.
Firestorm
was killed off.
Season 1 and 2 of The Flash for me were the greatest. Savitar was a sign of like, oh god, they're just going to keep using speedster villains. 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 8 I watched sporadically, but overall, I don't think that they were generally terrible, but they fell into the CW decline. Overall, CW started getting worse writers, worse ideas. They were just spinning their wheels. And that's what I was arguing with you the other day when we were live in the thing, where I was like, at this point, you just need to accept that's going to be CW writing. Like, you're not going to get what you want.
You got to remember, there were seasons like Arrow Season 5, where like after 2 seasons of some of the worst television ever put to screen, right, the first 2 seasons, people like love them. Season 2, people like adore it. Season 3 and 4 were hated. 5 came back swinging, and it was genuinely...
They just don't have money now, though. That's the problem. Like, they don't have any money left.
Yeah.
I watched this on their CW app. Do you know how many shitty app game ads are on their app? It's like, they don't have money. They're taking whatever they can get at this point.
Yeah.
And that's my argument.
Point, at this point, like this middle area, they were still really well funded because they were still planning spin-offs.
Oh yeah, no, this is when they were still doing strong.
I would say
our complaints
they stopped
was
being
more
well funded at Crisis. Like maybe the season.
I think Crisis was the end of Crisis was the end of an era for the CW shows because after that you could feel something was going on behind the scenes. I believe wasn't Crisis in 2020 or like 2019?
2019. It was the last thing that happened before COVID.
Right, because then COVID hit, and you could feel the budget shrinking. That's also when everyone was running out of money, so they were going bankrupt. CW had a heavy hand in the WB situation.
Well, and Eric Wallace took over The Flash, and he opted to be more of a kid show than what the audience they had before.
Yeah.
Because they assumed they could merchandise more of the kids to make more money. Firestorm was killed off in the first episode of Flash Season 2 because they wanted him as a regular on Legends of Tomorrow, but Robbie Amell booked the X-Files.
Oh, I forgot X-Files came back.
Yeah. So, Robbie Amell was removed, which that's why it's really weird that he died in that finale. And then Franz Drummel was brought on. She was brought on for an episode, but she was too busy, so they brought a new Vixen on, which I think it ended up working really well to have Mari McCabe and Amaya Jiwe as two different characters. But yeah, they were both really good. It's funny.
I always wondered why they did the swap. And I think later on I found out it was Robbie. But I remember at the time, I'm like, why did we get rid of Robbie Amell? What happened?
Yeah. He's so great. He just really, honestly, he talked about it later. He had a conversation with Stephen Amell because they're cousins, and he was like, tell me about this. Like, do I want to do a superhero show? Is it worth it? And he's like, well, if you're like me and you get to do the practical effects, it is, but you're about to be a CGI monster. And that was like his discussion with him of like, no, I'm good. I'm going to book the X-Files instead.
Yeah. Brandon Routh was originally cast as Ted Kord Blue Beetle
Yes,
in
sir.
Arrow
That
Season
Been
3.
so
but
much better.
I remember that announcement. It was huge because he was Superman is playing Ted Kord, and it was like everyone was really excited about it.
But
Honestly,
changed to, let me finish the tweet. Hold on. Fucking Hassan. Let me finish reading the tweets. You keep interrupting in the middle. But changed to Ray Palmer, the Atom, as WB had other plans for the character and forbid it. Again, that same problem we kept having. His costume was inspired by Iron Man and cost more than your average American home to make. All right.
Him as
Now
Ted
go.
Kord would have been so much better because in Legends of Tomorrow, they could have brought in Booster Gold at some point.
Yeah.
They did.
Like, it would have been perfect for the two of them.
They
And
did.
His personality worked so well.
Oh my God, and
more
Brandon
of the
Routh
Ted
would be
Kord as
so
well.
perfect. You'd be so perfect for that role. It's
What?
genuinely heartbreaking that he didn't
Did they
get
bring
to do
Booster
this.
Gold?
I'm curious what happened
They
to Blue
did.
Beetle.
They
What
did
they were
Booster
planning.
Gold. Booster Gold's in the final season of the show.
I'm just
maybe
curious.
I just didn't watch the fight in this.
Yeah, I don't think
He's
you
played
did.
by the guy from Scrubs.
That's right. I remember it being mentioned, but I just didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
Okay, I remember now.
I'm really curious what they were planning for Blue Beetle Ted Kord that they couldn't use him in the show.
Right. This was so
I
long
bet.
ago.
I bet they were on the fence with the Jaime Reyes thing and probably were like, you know what? Let's keep both of them.
Available.
I could see that.
Available.
Yeah, they could, because that movie's still coming out. I keep forgetting that's a movie. Colton Hayes chose to leave Arrow after 2 seasons in 2015 to prioritize his mental and physical health. He returned to the role of Roy Harper as a series regular again for season 7, but left the show for a second time due to depression and being unable to stand a castmate.
Don't know who the castmate is, but that's T, and I wish I could find out who it was.
I always
wanna
wonder what
know.
happened to him because he was kind
Yeah.
of like the Kid Flash era, where it's like, why did you kick off the sidekick? Like it doesn't.
And he was great, and yeah, it was both. Most people who have left these shows have either been harassed by an executive or just left because they need to deal with their own stuff. Like Jordan Ellis just left Superman and Lois, and it's purely like, I need to handle my mental health, so he's being recasted. Upside is he's recasted, so we don't lose the character.
And I couldn't stand working with one of my castmates. Damn it, he didn't say. I was hoping it would be some kind of implication.
Could Google it. I'm gonna try and find it.
See if you can find it. All right. After Arrow's poorly received episode focusing on gun control, Mark Guggenheim revealed that they planned on making a Black Lives Matter episode. When asked if Arrow had any black writers on the team, he replied with, "We'll bring someone in." The episode was never made.
Guggenheim is a freak, man. Guggenheim is the CW guy. Like a lot of the direction of the Arrowverse being more like relationship drama instead of superhero is Guggenheim's doing. So I'm not shocked he tried this. He's would have been cool
We'll
if
be
you could do
bringing
it
someone.
justice.
Oh, I hear you.
Maybe you should say, oh yeah, we should probably have some black people staffed on our show. That's crazy.
Violet Bean left The Flash after playing Jesse Quick for 2 seasons due to landing a role on Greg Berlanti's new CBS show, God Friended Me. I never heard of God Friended Me.
I did. I remember seeing it.
Unfortunately, God Friended Me gets canceled as a 2 seasons, and Jesse Quick died painfully off screen from an antimatter wave.
I remember that.
I don't even remember her in the show.
Oh, I remember. She was Kid Flash's boyfriend. She was Harrison Wells' daughter from Earth 2.
I remember
They were
that
really,
part.
Really tight.
Oh,
They
yeah,
had
yeah.
Really
Okay,
good
yeah. The
chemistry.
daughter
She
from
was
Earth 2.
super funny. I honestly loved her presence on screen. And then she
This
was kicked
made
off.
it sound like she was a regular. She wasn't. She rotated in. That's right.
She was a regular in season 2. Oh, yeah, the Zoom season. She was a regular on the Zoom
Oh
season.
yeah. Okay. That's so long ago.
Yeah, and then they brought her in, and she was definitely gonna play a bigger part, but she booked that show, so they bailed. This cat is tangled in my wiring. Go away.
The CW is not allowed to use or reference Wonder Woman in any way for the entire duration of the Arrowverse. However, they managed to get approval for a quick shot and name drop of Themyscira during a single Legends of Tomorrow episode using footage from the Greek island of Zakynthos.
And they don't say this in the thread, but that they leave a woman here. They leave, I don't remember who it was. It's like a very famous, beautiful actress.
Helena Troy.
Yeah. They leave the actress playing Helena Troy. They leave her here. And then she comes back in the finale of that season as a warrior, and she fights. And she's like an Amazon warrior, but they don't say that in this thread.
I remember that.
After a bad season, third season, and worse fourth season of Arrow, I remember we all complained about those seasons.
They were so bad.
The moderators of the show's subreddit gave up and changed it to a Daredevil subreddit as an act of protest.
I remember that.
Hope was restored after a great fifth season until season 6 was bad again, so they changed it to a Punisher sub. I don't remember this.
I remember this too. Crazy. Yeah. Like I said, they'd up quality and they would just lower the quality again.
Arrow season 3, let's say hi. What? Tom, come on. Oh yeah, because he's talking about like, I want it. What should I do in the WWE? Arrow season 3 because it ends on any desire of participants to continue.
Oh, we lost us.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry.
So we turned it into a Daredevil sub. That's hilarious.
I remember that change because, I mean, I lived on Reddit. And so you literally would see these things pop up and you would go, that was such a fun time.
You're still not there.
I'm still here in audio format. I think my cat unplugged my camera. Give me a second. You guys can keep going through the thread.
The character Felicity Smoke was given a paraplegic storyline as a nod to Barbara Gordon Oracle, referencing her twice. To follow suit with modern comics, it was handled poorly, and she was given a spinal microchip that allowed her to walk again. So they just made her full-on Barbara? I didn't realize that.
They did do that, and then they...
Because I felt, after season 5, I remember I mostly fell off of Arrow and watched it sporadically. Like, at that point, I wasn't committed to Arrow anymore.
Yeah, season 5 was really good, and then they just...
Because I remember a lot of people would ask me, what'd you think about Arrow and Flash? And I'd be like, well, I watched Flash, and Flash was okay. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed that. I hated that. You know what I mean? Like, Flash I was still watching.
Flash was good up to a point.
Well, so was Arrow. Oracle. I mean, that logic works with everything, Hassan. You know what was good up to a point? Comic Historian.
True. I never watch Comic Historian videos anymore.
Neither do I.
It's only because I don't like hearing your voice and like that because I know you. It makes me upset. Like, cool. Got my camera back on.
Oscar-nominated star Austin Butler was in 4 episodes of Arrow's 3rd season. He played a club DJ named Chase, who was also secretly a League of Assassins member, who fails to kill Thea and then drinks a vial of cyanide, dying instantly.
It was hilarious.
That I remember.
He was very annoying as a character.
He was like her boyfriend, and it was like, what is this? What is going on?
It was when she should have been with Roy too, so it was a whole other thing.
I hated Thea the whole time. I just thought Thea was terrible. They just did such.
They brought her. I liked her for a little bit, and then they made her awful again. Mm-hmm. But I like Willa Holland. She voices Aqua in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, that's right. The cast of DC's Titans allegedly declined to show up in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover because they were embarrassed embarrassingly offered little money to film cameos.
Yeah.
So instead, the CW was given footage of the original unaired Titans season 1 finale, which was given a red filter.
That's...
Yep.
What?
Yep. That's literally what happened. And then they just they do this and then they die.
I remember that now. Yeah.
I remember they showed up. I don't remember this finale.
Yeah, well, they canceled it. They decided Titans was originally an anthology 1-season show, and then they got a season 2, so they cut the finale entirely, and then they made
I remember
last,
that.
Yeah,
It was like
so that's why this
hodgepodge
happened.
together. I just remember, and then Doom Patrol was going to be in the universe and then not, and that was another thing.
Yeah,
like, what are you
they
doing?
clarified this in Crisis, where they have Doom Patrol as a separate place than the Titans Earth.
Which was it's just a like their idea was every show is still separate. It was like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, they had like a loose multiversal tie-in, but that was about it.
Yeah. Terry Beatty, whatever, co-creator of the dog character Wild Dog, was pissed when Arrow decided to give him a new modernized look, and they went back to the original suit. Yeah, I remember this one. I remember going back to that and because this was garbage. And then they went to this.
So yeah, they started with that original suit and they doubled back to it. Embarrassingly so.
The Flash had to change the suit's cowl early in the first season as The way it was glued to Grant Gustin's face, it gave him migraines while filming. This is why it looks slightly different after episode 9, but probably also the reason why they struggled with designing it in season 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see why that would hurt.
It's huge. Yeah. It's like
And it's
gluing it to
glued
your
on
head.
your face. So if it's like, yeah, oof.
So if it itches, if anything.
I hated this cowl. This helmet thing was just dumb.
Yeah. The only reason I liked it was purely because it made Grant more comfortable. But other than that, it was trash. It looked visually awful.
You could tell it's very much oh crap, we got to make this work, but we don't have much budget or time.
Yeah.
Thank
the crossover,
God.
The crossover between Batwoman and Superman and Lois was canceled due to the pandemic. Since then, Superman and Lois has been retconned to not take place in the Arrowverse at all.
A blessing in disguise.
It's still a weird decision to do that, though.
What do you mean? Cancel
That it's
the...
that it's
the
not in the
Independent Earth?
universe at all.
No, because they want to tell their own story. In it, I don't know if you're watching it, but Lois Lane's dad has a line, Sam Lane, where he's
Oh
like,
no, I watched that whole thing. I know the whole.
Okay,
whole
good, good,
situation.
good.
Yeah, and
That
they're
line
coming
is
out with
really
their own
good.
Lex and stuff too. Like so.
They haven't had Lex up until this point yet, so we haven't gotten to see who their Lex Luthor is. But he says the line that like we've seen other Earths where they have leagues of heroes, but on this Earth, all we have is Superman. Like all we have is Clark.
and Diggle's still in there too.
Yeah, Diggle works for Argus, but he's a different version of. He's their Earth's Diggle, which I really like. It's very coul.
Like I feel like the problem why they wanted to have all of these in their own universes is they all wanted to use the same characters. Oh, we all want to have Superman. We all want to have Lex. So you have to do it this way, and I think it was a terrible idea.
Well, and with Superman and Lois, if you connect to the Arrowverse, you have to be married to everything Supergirl did. Supergirl used a whole list, like the season 1 villain. He ends up being Tal Rose, Superman's brother, but originally he was Morgan Edge. Well, Morgan Edge was in the first season of Supergirl as a different villain, so you'd have to like recast a lot of people, and it's just a nonsense field.
Despite adapting all of the classic Rogues members, with some of them even being adapted twice, which confused me with the Captain Boomerang one we just had, the full team of Flash villains was never properly formed in 9 seasons. And yeah, I never understood why we never got the Rogues. Like they never all just showed up.
Yep. Oh my God, I love Mark Hamill in this episode. That was so fun. Mark Hamill, the Trickster.
The Atom used his suit to grow gigantic for the first time in Legends of Tomorrow episode 13, which aired April 28th, 2016. That was, for some reason, timed to be the week before Ant-Man did the same thing in Civil War, which released... I didn't know that.
When he embiggened. This was cool. It looked awful, but it was cool. This looked great. This was great.
In Legends of Tomorrow season 3, episode 15, Bodhi...
I couldn't.
Sabongi? Go with that. Plays a younger version of Barad, who is a character based on Amon Tamaz, Osiris in the comics, and Black Adam. The same actor plays yet another adaptation of Amon Tamaz, probably because his dad plays Captain Singh.
Oh, cool.
I did not know this.
Yeah, good for him. Hey, Captain Singh. I love Captain Singh.
Yeah, Captain Singh was great. The pilot episodes of The Flash and Supergirl both leaked online months in advance. It's assumed that this is because the leak generated a lot of hype for The Flash. CBS WB leaked the Supergirl pilot on purpose in hopes that it would have the same effect. Which it did.
I remember watching the Flash pilot 6 months in advance, 9 months, like forever in advance, on my little iPhone while my family was on a trip, and it was awesome.
Dominic Purcell
Purcell.
announced his exit as Heatwave from the Legends of Tomorrow, through drunk edited Instagram post stating something about the character being emasculated over time and being screwed over by WB. Honestly, it's still very confusing and unclear. What is
Deal isn't done. I have no interest. Whatever cash they throw on the corporate level, I'm walking away from CW's Legends. It's been a total pleasure and a humbling experience bringing DC Comics' iconic character Heatwave Mick Rory to life. I smashed this character. Not an actor in the world could have done better. Fact, such a funny... I don't know what the that word is. It's censored. Time to move on and see how shit unfolds. At Katie Lotz, at Nick Zano. Look after the kids coming through. Big thanks to the whole cast and crew. All awesome relationship made over the year. Thank you all. Dom. Wow, he's weird, dude. Explains why he didn't come back for Flash.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of his comment of emasculated him, considering they turned him into a ghost writer for a love author or something, I can see where he would think that.
I honestly think I feel like he's just saying that after the fact. Most people who were forced to leave Legends were forced, and they didn't want to go. Like Brandon Routh loved Legends. He was on a show with his wife, and they were both main characters, and people loved them. They had great buddy cop dynamics, and then they were just pushed off of the show entirely.
Yeah.
And they talk about it. Michael Rosenbaum had Brandon Routh on his podcast. He talked about how heartbreaking it was to be removed from that when he was happy. So.
After playing Sarah Lance in a ton of episodes from different Arrowverse shows over the years, Katie Lotz got the job directing 4 episodes, citing director Jordan Peele and actress Cassandra Peterson as her biggest inspiration. Search Katie Lotz Jordan Peterson to learn more.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele? Oh,
Jordan
okay.
Peterson. No, Jordan. Yeah, wait, no, he's got to be Jordan Peele.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Jordan
Yeah,
Peterson.
wait, look up Katie Lotz Jordan Peterson. Oh, you get some fucking evil stuff. You look that
and
up.
that's that. Oh no, here we go. Keeps going. There's more.
Oh,
going.
I love this. I love this. The CW. Do you remember when Stephen Amell fought this guy in WWE?
Stephen Amell, massive professor. I do not remember that. Cody
It was
Rhodes,
awesome.
Stardust. Cody Rhodes later joined Arrow as the character Derek Sampson, a Stardust drug dealer.
Yeah, he was. This was really fun. He like jumps up and like RKO's him to the ground, and then they brought the actor back onto Arrow for their like quote unquote rematch.
That's
pretty
awesome.
good.
The Accelerated Man. I remember this. We were all like, "What?" Accelerated Man first appeared in the 3rd season of The Flash, a mysterious speedster with purple lightning, played by Sean Paog. He had another short cameo in season 4 and then never appeared again.
Yep.
I remember this because
It was so cool.
We thought this was going to turn into something.
It was, and that's the Jinx. What was her name? Oh my god, I can't remember her name. What's this woman's name? The one that CW or Cisco's love interest?
Oh, I don't
Gypsy.
remember. Gypsy.
Gypsy. Jixen, Vixen. Goddamn.
Where are you getting those?
One
names
is a
from?
slur, and I went around it. Okay, the name was a slur. That's not my bad. I didn't want to.
Through several unfortunate writing decisions, 8 named characters are listed as having held the mantle of Canary, Black Canary throughout the Arrowverse. This does not include the Canaries, a vigilante network established to exist in Arrow's bleak future timeline.
Please let's see who these were.
8?
That's so. Yep. So Sarah, obviously, then Sarah Lance from the other universe, then Laurel Lance, then Evelyn Sharp, then Dinah Drake, then Dinah Drake from the other. Oh my God, this is hilarious.
Laurel Lance, a metahuman vigilante from Earth 2. Zoe Ramirez, an individual who trains with Dinah Drake and becomes a member of the Canaries. And Caroline Lance.
Yeah, Zoe Ramirez is Renee Ramirez's daughter, Wild Dog's daughter.
And then there's a group called the Canaries. Holy crap.
Yeah.
All right.
That happens in the towards the end of the show. I love Linda Park.
Linda Park, Wally West's wife in the comics, introduced as a reporter covering the particle accelerator explosion. She's then recast and introduced again as Barry Allen's new love interest for some reason. And it's revealed to be an adaptation of Dr. Light for some reason.
Yes. Super weird. Don't understand it. Love this actress. I adore her. She's in so many, she's in a lot of kids shows that I watched growing up, but she was fun and their chemistry was great. Weird to make. Why were they making Linda Park the love interest of Barry Allen when they brought Wally West in 1 season later? God knows.
Magenta, Wally West's girlfriend in the comics, appears in 1 episode of The Flash, season 3. She does not interact with Wally a single time, despite them both being in the same episode.
Is that Joey King?
I think it is, yeah.
Why? How did they even get Joey King? I don't love Joey King, but Joey King's expensive. Okay, random.
Kimio Hoshi, a.k.a. Dr. Light, is a Justice League member in the comics, having been introduced during the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline to help stop the Anti-Monitor. Of course, she's introduced in Flash Season 6, right after Crisis, as an assassin with a light gun. Yeah, this was
It was really
weird
dumb
decision.
And look at that stupid design.
The hairstyle is what.
The hairstyle, whatever. Look at this chrome jacket.
It looks like a Cyberpunk 2077
It's just
costume.
embarrassing. Oh, God.
The in-canon tie-in comic for
canon
the
died.
Arrowverse adaptation Crisis on Infinite Earths, Wally West is killed, and Felicity meets the Phantom Stranger and asks him to take her to Oa from Green Lantern, where she immediately argues with the Guardians of the Universe. I did not read this.
Wait,
I got
read
it.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Why?
Because you guys should cover it. I remember reading this.
Robert Dubois, a.k.a. Dubois, a.k.a. Bloodsport, appears as a terrorist in the first episode of Stargirl's 3rd season. but he's hired where he's hired by Morgan Edge to bomb the national city using a submarine, fails and is arrested. James Gunn adaptation happened much later, so this is only funny in hindsight.
Did it?
Okay.
Oh, we fully lost.
I'm here.
There we go.
It just magically pulled me out. Sorry about the tech issues, guys.
After many years of intense fan demand, Legends of Tomorrow finally introduced Booster Gold at the end of season 3, played by Donald Faison.
Season 7.
Season 7. Season 3 would be weird. He was added with the intention of drawing in more viewers to save the show from cancellation. It did not work. This was his outfit?
No. He's
Or is
just
that for
undercover.
Scrubs?
He's just hanging out. No, that's from the show, I think, but I
Okay.
think there's something going on. I think
This is
there's
actually an
like a
episode of Scrubs.
Yeah, I was just saying that.
golfing.
This looks like a Scrubs episode to me. This is not like... Weird Al Yankovic had 2 different Arrowverse wiki pages?
I will say, though, if they had brought him as Booster Gold and then Zach Braff as Ted Cord, I think they actually could have saved
They couldn't
Legends of
afford
Tomorrow
Zach
with
Braff,
that.
though.
They probably couldn't, but that duo
Oh, it would have been incredible.
gets so many people.
Yeah. Caitlin Snow is shown as an extremely intelligent character. Okay, hold on, real quick. Going back to that, what if they got Zach Brannigan as
Braff.
Zach Brannigan.
What?
Zach Braff
future,
as
Anna.
Ted Cord? What if they
what I
were?
could've-
What if they were? I know. But that duo, I'm agreeing. Like it just dawned on me as I'm going through this.
Oh my God.
Zach Brannigan.
What's wrong with you? Read the next tweet, man. Come on.
Caitlin Snow is shown as an extremely intelligent character, having a PhD and 2 doctorates, being trained scientist, neurosurgeon, bioengineer, and is crucial to the meeting the particle accelerator. In the season 1 finale of The Flash, she asks what a singularity is.
So dumb.
Jessica Parker Kennedy. This is when things got weird for me because she's older than both of them, or like
Oh
right
my
at their
God.
age. And it's like
She's
whatever.
Canonically 30-something,
Yeah.
right? But then, like, why didn't they just make her younger? Because the actress plays young really well. And she's like, Mommy, Daddy,
Yeah,
I'm so upset.
those
I can't
2
go
seasons,
fast enough.
like every time I'd be like, man, I'm really starting to like the Flash again. Bro, okay, bro. Hey, sis, Mommy, Daddy, and Dan and I would both go, what is happening?
And it's like, this actress is good. You could have her play, like give her adult directions, but I guarantee they wrote her as a child.
Jessica Parker Kennedy was cast as Nora West Allen, Iris and Barry's daughter from the future. However, she was actually older than both Grant Gustin and Candace Patton. She's also a decade older than Jordan Fisher, who plays her brother. She's 38.
Yeah.
Well, she looks really good for her age.
Oh, she looks incredible. She was in Smallville. She played a character called, she played Plastique from the 2nd episode of Flash, was in the 8th season of Smallville in their Suicide Squad.
But yeah, that's the issue I had, and that's to me that was like proof of the writing going to shit. Like,
Yeah.
who? It felt almost like a weird family kink.
No,
like,
I need somebody had a family kink on that show.
Yeah.
But Sarah
I mean,
Jessica Parker's gorgeous, so I'm not.
He's in love and is married to his sister, basically. Obviously, they've got a family king.
No, Dan, we don't ever mention that.
No, we do mention it. We point it out a lot.
Despite being a classic Flash villain, the original Captain Boomerang spent more time fighting Green Arrow in this universe. His last appearance was in Arrow Season 5 finale, where he cornered Malcolm Merlin, who had stepped on a landmine, and they both exploded.
Yeah, that was a really good scene too.
I mean, I'll be honest. Captain Boomerang makes sense for an Arrow villain
Doesn't make
because
sense
they're
to
both
Flash villain.
projectile.
Yeah,
Like it's one of those like the differences in projectile villain. Like that's a standard thing. But hey, you know what?
Arrow's 7th season adapted the Silencer as an antagonist, played by Miranda Edwards. This happened only 7 months after her first appearance in the comics. I remember we were all
I
really
forgot
excited
she
about
was a comic book character.
You liked the comic.
I did.
Yeah. And I
thought it
remember
was
when she
actually
came to the
solid.
show, we were all like, wow, they brought in Silencer already. Holy crap.
They should have brought in Sideways.
The Arrowverse is now such an absurd time commitment to get into from scratch that you literally just had to be there. 713 episodes?
yeah, but cut out all of Batwoman. You're fine.
41 seasons of television.
That's insane.
Wow.
Arrow star Stephen Amell says neighbor took a shit on his roof. What?
I don't know. Just skip that one, please.
No, that's too good.
That's crazy.
The character of Allegra Garcia was introduced into The Flash season 6. 6? She's been there since 6? We've complained about Allegra since season 6?
Yes. And She's done nothing.
This is because the new showrunner, Eric Wallish, created her in the comics 13 years ago. She's
Goofy.
Mexican in the show, despite keeping her name Brazilian.
Cool.
Well, yeah,
Goofy.
we knew she was introduced because he did it, but
He's goofy.
Batwoman's costume was changed in season 1 because Ruby Rose's neck injury that she sustained on the set, which required emergency surgery. She was
I do
forced
remember that.
She was forced to return to the set 10 days later and left the show entirely, setting a toxic work environment.
And then there was a lot of complaints on both ends. I honestly prefer the second look, anyways.
Yeah, I like
think
this
that
better.
it
This
looks way
much
better. Yeah. I understand what they were going for, and it's more comic accurate, whatever. But
No, this is more comic accurate.
is it?
Yeah,
I just
she-
don't know how.
She doesn't have a full cowl like that ever.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that looks crazy. Oh my god.
The first
like,
one looks too
scary.
much like they merged actual Batman and Batwoman. And the second one, they were like, just do Batwoman.
Oh, it's still going. Don't worry.
Oh my god. I thought it was over.
I thought so too. David Harrenwood played the character Martian Manhunter throughout the Supergirl's entire run. However, he also played Cyborg Superman, which he wasn't a fan of. I don't like playing Cyborg Superman. It's boring. They didn't really flesh it out. They didn't really write for the character. They just gave me this rather cheap-looking mask and no costume and said, okay, you're Cyborg Superman.
It was really embarrassing.
But it didn't really pan out. They didn't really go into why he was a cyborg, how he became a cyborg, what his powers were, and just kept randomly calling him Cyborg Superman. It was bad. I know that. Captain Singh, the actor who plays him, I'm not going to butcher his name again, a reoccurring character in the show's 8 seasons, not 9 yet. But before he was also in Arrow season 1, where he played one of Count Vertigo's drug dealers.
So he turned
who
a
was
new
given a
leaf.
lethal dose. No, he was given a lethal dose. He died.
No, yeah. He died. He was born again to be a good guy.
Helen Bertinelli, a.k.a. The Huntress, was introduced in
Helena.
Arrow season 1. Helena,
Helena, you got me there.
The Huntress was introduced in Arrow season 1 and played by Jessica D. Gao. Last appeared in season 2. She was planned to return to season 3, 4, and 8, but unable to ever do it because of the various story and scheduling conflicts.
She was great. She was really, really fun. Her and Oliver had like a psychotic relationship, and she was super hot. So like,
Why didn't we
Nope.
get that? I don't know why that didn't show up.
the Hunter's dancer. What? What is that supposed to be?
Right here.
Oh yeah. I gotta.
Still
watch the
funny,
show
though.
again.
Out of the Flash's 8 season finale episodes, Edward Thawne has been the main villain
Edward?
in half of them. Yeah.
You
Eobard,
fix that
Eobard,
yourself.
Eobard.
Oh my god.
Eobard Thawne. Main villain in half of them. 1, 5, 7, and 8. He was also
Wait,
the
hold
main
on.
antagonist.
Betty, there is an Edward Thawne. Eddie Thawne. You're right. There is.
That's what threw me off because he was the season 1 guy. But anyway.
Yeah.
Eobard Thawne. He was also the main antagonist in the Legends of Tomorrow season 2 finale and has been spotted in set photos of the Flash's currently filming season finale.
Crazy. Hey, here's the thing though. They should have always done it this way. I don't know why they did it the way they did it. They're like, he should be the main antagonist.
My only complaint, and I love him as an actor, is they needed to let him go. He's just getting older now. Like,
Go left real quick. I want to go back to his other shoot. Not this one. Yo, he was just handsome here. Tom
that's
Cavanaugh.
what I mean. He
looks
just
great.
looks, and he still looks amazing. It's just,
Yeah. He's
like,
great.
he's,
and
he's just getting older. That's all it is.
yeah.
Savitar, the main villain of Flash season 3, is entirely CGI up until the 5th episode.
Yes.
15th
And he looks
episode.
cool as a CGI creature. I know Benny, you don't like it, but I thought like at least he looks scary. He looks stupid but scary. And then the real suit's like,
and then cosplay.
hi, I'm Savitar.
No, he wasn't a terrible villain. The reveal of what the whole story was just terrible. It's
Yeah, it
like,
was
oh, you're
goofy.
just a time variant Barry. What?
There's that episode, The Once and Future Flash, and it's like one of my favorite episodes, but they don't do much with it.
Voice actors who played characters in the Flash. No, I'm not joking. Morena
Morena Baccarin, who that's Deadpool's girlfriend / Ben McKenzie's alternate on Gotham. She played Gideon.
Okay, David Hayter was King Shark.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Tony Todd
David
is
is
Zoom.
Solivar. Tobin
Phil
Bell.
Lamar. Oh, that's
Yep.
awesome.
Cara Lumby, who played Lumbley, who played Martian Manhunter in DC Animated Unit, played Martian Manhunter's father.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try to say Miron Johns in Supergirl. Additionally, Phil Lamar played Martian Manhunter's brother, Maleficent Johns.
Malefic, but yeah.
Whatever.
No, you're good. I'm not correcting you to be snarky. I'm correcting you just to do it.
Oh, I know you are. An assassin on Arrow season 1 named Mr. Blank was originally supposed to be Onomatopoeia, a Green Arrow villain created by Kevin Smith. However, Andrew Keisenberg, unemployed, I guess at this time, thought he wouldn't translate well onto the screen.
Now he's unemployed now because he
They're
sucks.
like,
They're
just
literally
to
be
make
like,
sure you know how dumb this person was, they're unemployed now.
just so
Yeah,
you know
that's
they
what I
have
mean.
no fucking job now. They're a loser.
He'll now appear in the 3rd season of Superman and Lois.
Cool.
A series of Arrowverse novels were written by Barry Lyga and Joe Whittemore, follow a different timeline where Barry never caused the Flashpoint, dubbed the Barryverse. This version of Barry never fought Savitar and only learns about him through investigating the show's timeline.
Wait, I want to read that.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
It's not a graphic novel, though. I have to read like a book.
Yeah.
Wait, that looks cool. I'm into that.
4 Arrowverse crossover promo shots are made titled Superhero Fight Club, Guitar Hero Challenge, Superhero Fight Club 2.0, and Suit Up.
These were really fun. I remember watching this. Oh my god, look at freaking what is it called? Ra's al Ghul's in the background there.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Just chilling. I don't know who these other people are behind.
Yeah,
them.
I was like, what is this? Who are these?
I literally don't know. They have to be from some other show or something. Oh my god, they're the reporters at the Central City Media or whatever. Not when Iris didn't have it. The Citizen or I don't know. It was something stupid.
Superhero Fight Club 2.0.
This was really fun. This was so
You can tell he wasn't on set that day. But that's probably not Stephen Amell either. I'm just saying. You know what? No one was here but her. They're all blurred.
Yeah, these were really fun. These were really fun sequences. Man, I loved the Arrowverse.
After years of build-up, the Arrowverse finally able to establish its own Justice League roster at the end of Crisis on Infinite Earths. The roster lasted a mere 4 months until Ruby Rose left Batwoman, with several shows ending and being canceled afterwards. Yeah, because it's kind of like Endgame. Crisis on Infinite Earths was it. Like, that's where Arrowverse peaked, and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
Like, Black Lightning just fell into obscurity.
Yeah.
Like, look, Superman's on the Justice League here.
Yeah. And he's such an awesome Superman now. And this suit, I never had an issue with this suit. His new suit is so good. His current season suit is amazing.
Yeah. In the first episode of The Flash Season 2, Barry and his team face off against an evil version of the Atom Smasher. He's defeated when Team Flash traps him in a chamber and floods it with extreme amounts of radiation, brutally murdering him. This is never brought up again. Arrow Season 5 introduced Ragman, a powerful character from the comics who joins Oliver Queen's new team of vigilantes.
Yeah.
The writers quickly realized that he's too powerful, so they had him use his suit to absorb a nuke and wrote him out 12 episodes.
He was so awesome. His suit looked cool. The actor was fun. He had like a good vibe to him, and then he literally just was unreasonably powerful on the show.
Oh yeah, no, the
the
Ragman
comics.
character. Yeah, he's.
Oh,
super
this
powerful.
was so exciting. Supergirl's first season features the villain Indigo, played by an actress, Laura Vandervoort, who was Supergirl on Smallville. I love her. And my camera died again. Cool.
Oh, she mystiqued it up. I forgot this.
She did. She did.
I remember this, and we were like, "What is going on with this outfit?" Like,
Yeah, they changed it up a couple.
Martian Manhunter rips her in half. Yeah.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Blake Neely is currently credited with composing 546 Arrowverse episodes. The music's really good too.
It's
on
great.
top of the other CW shows such as Riverdale and All American. I hope he's all right.
I hope he's all right.
Arrowverse skins have been made it into several video games: DC Universe Online, Injustice, Injustice Mobile, Injustice 2, and Fortnite. Yep,
Fortnite.
I've got most. I don't have Dreamer though.
Dreamer is such a cool skin. I actually love the actress Nicole Maines who plays her. So good. She was so fun on set.
Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham and Lego DC Supervillains both have Arrowverse DLC packs with several actors reprising their roles in the games.
Do you guys remember Injustice when Stephen Amell got to voice his skin? That was like
No.
a big moment for me. Stephen Amell voiced a version of the Green Arrow in Injustice, the video game, and you could pick the skin, and it literally had his season 2 costume and all the catchphrases, but done by Stephen, and it was really, really cool. I used to only play as the Green Arrow because I was such a fanboy.
Black Lightning Season 3's mid-season finale serves as a tie-in to Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover taking place before Part 3. It has Red Skies, China, and McClane played 3 versions of herself at the same time and ends up with the remaining cast being erased.
Yeah. She was interesting. She was a Disney Channel star, but I think she did good in this role.
In the finale of Legends of Tomorrow Season 2, you can see the Watchtower from Smallville on the left.
Oh, that's such a good Easter egg. Man, I love the Watchtower in Smallville. I really did. It was one of my favorite things they ever did.
Last one is he lied. There's more. Anyway, last
I
one.
like
and
how
not even,
Fred after he said so sorry about
Know that I
lying, but
sent you
found
guys this
another one.
thread long before all this stuff was added.
Oh, the delays are really good then. I mean, this is only February
Yeah.
27th, so no, you'd send it to you probably after all of this. It's just the way it was threaded didn't look right. Last one, and not even the trivia at all, but whoever wrote Piper's page on the Arrowverse wiki is funny as F.
I sent you this on the 26th of February, so yeah, I guess some of this was already written.
Hartley was the first person to escape the pipeline in the original timeline. He's an avid chess player, often incorporates chess metaphors into his speech. Hartley was born in Central City. One of Hartley's dreams was to be carried by a man in full-body leather. To the Flash's disgust, this was fulfilled by him when Hartley was captured. Although Hartley has seen to make amends with Team Flash following the events of Flashback in the original multiverse, Cisco still refers to him as a dick in the cause and effect. When Julian Albert began working with Team Flash, he reminded Cisco of Hartley. Rathaway. Hartley stopped using glasses in 2020. Whether he had corrective eye surgery or uses contacts is uncertain, leaving a new alteration on Earth Prime unclear.
What the hell?
Okay, hold on. We're still not done. So sorry for lying, but I just found out about this. During his 2015 presidential campaign, Jeb Bush was asked about his favorite superhero. I saw that Supergirl is on TV, and I saw it when I was working out this morning. There was an ad promoting Supergirl. She looked pretty hot.
Hey, he's not wrong. Melissa is gorgeous. Love Melissa.
Blast Jeb Bush for creepy Supergirl comments. Melissa responds, I'm glad he's excited.
I hate the use of the word excited there.
Olivia Wilde weighs in on Jeb Bush calling Supergirl hot and playing Captain Marvel.
Interesting.
The Flash costume smells like shit. Grant Gustus says the Flash costume smells bad. Grant does not run as fast as the Flash. However, he still wears a full body spandex all day. He said they stink after wearing them only one time. They do their best to clean them, but they stink. I, on a regular basis, go on location, take pictures of fans that are waiting on the set, and I'm immediately like, I'm sorry.
And he told that to, it doesn't say here, that's Mike. He told that to Lex Luthor. He's on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast for that.
Oh, is he?
So he told Smallville's Lex Luthor.
While auditioning for the role of Deathstroke,
Manu Bennett.
There you go. Accidentally choked the casting assistant until he was unconscious. He got the part.
That is amazing.
How do you accidentally choke somebody? It's awesome.
It's easy. You choke them and they don't tap out. And then they pass out and you don't realize it.
God, that's
At San Diego Comic-Con 2017, I don't know that name.
Kean Lonsdale.
There you go. Just as where's Wally? Because he wasn't allowed to say anything about Wally West in the upcoming Flash season. Apparently, nobody got the joke because in the USA and Canada, it's called Where's Waldo.
Nice.
That's funny. That's clever, though.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Batwoman actually had some really good fight scenes by the Arrowverse standards. It counts as trivia because most of you are annoying and decided it was bad without watching it, so nobody knows this. Season 1 I actually thought wasn't terrible.
Batwoman bad. I don't watch.
Yeah, no,
Woman protagonist pass.
I didn't think season 1 was that bad. I just when they got rid of Ruby Rose, I'm like, I am not committing to.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm done.
I really didn't like.
And I don't know. I honestly don't know if 2 and 3 were good. I don't because I didn't watch.
Really did not like the trailer. I didn't like the dialogue in it to the point where it really put me off. Because she was like stealing Batman's suit and saying, like, that's not the way you uplift women by saying, well, you guys think I'm Batman? That's crazy. I'm only wearing his costume and fighting in his city, and I'm an unknown superhero. It's like,
yeah.
Hush.
In the draft pilot script for The Flash, Hartley Rathaway Pied Piper was still a Stars Lab team member and actually made Barry's suit, but this was changed and his overall role was inherited by Cisco Ramon Vibe.
Apparently
he auditioned for the role of Barry.
I think he would have been a weird Barry, but he's really good as Hartley, and I love their dynamic.
In the comics, Batman creates an advanced satellite named Brother Eye, and it goes rogue and uses Omax virus to turn people into violent cyborgs. In the Arrowverse, Brother Eye was adapted into a cyber terrorist group led by Felicity Smoke's ex-boyfriend. She also made the virus. Okay.
Yeah, it was real cringe. It was very not fun.
The final season of Arrow, Oliver Queen dies 8 episodes in, leaving the series finale largely without his main character, except for the final scene where Felicity willingly goes into the afterlife where Oliver has been waiting. The last shot implies that they are alone in eternity.
What a depressing way to say that. It implies that they're finally together and get to spend an eternity together. She said no. It implies that they are isolated from the universe.
Yeah. In the time between Arrow season 5 and 6, a group of Oliver and Felicity shippers called a GoFundMe page the Olicity Bench Project. For $3,000, the goal was to make a bench in Vancouver Park dedicated to the ship using a bronze plaque inscription. It raised $5,000.
That's amazing.
You guys have issues. Oh my
There
God.
it is. In celebration of the unthinkable, Audacity, we found ourselves in each other.
Oh my God.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Oh God, how many more did you put in here, Neb?
Neb, you're
Neb.
unbelievable. This is an hour video.
I know, but it's still going, and
It's
like,
still good. It's still very entertaining.
in the 43 combined seasons of Arrowverse, they use the established character is shocking. The established character is shockingly revealed to be an important hero or villain twist at least 20 times. That's just what I counted. I could be wrong, but I had to investigate. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That's important. Yep. Hank Henshaw. Yep. Steel. He's awesome as Steel, by the way. Love that.
This is my own speculation. The 100, an unrelated post-apocalyptic CW show, which I did watch, and that would be fun to talk about someday, had an episode in its second season where a CGI gorilla suddenly shows up and is never seen again. I'm almost positive this was helped to test the CGI for Gorilla Grodd in The Flash, who appeared
I'm
later.
almost positive.
It's fair. It's actually pretty valid. Yeah. I watched the first
Echo
season.
Kellum, who played Mr. Terrific for 4 seasons of Arrow, made an AMA post 2 years ago explaining how he and the other cast members are frequent lurkers of the subreddit. He said he loved most of the critiques and insane posting, along with other insights into the show.
Hell yeah. Echo's a really,
Yeah.
from what I hear, he's a really great guy. Everyone loves him.
Legends of Tomorrow was originally planned as an anthology series with a rotating cast every season. However, the reception to season 1 had them scrap this idea. Or additionally, the teased Thanagarian invasion storyline was dropped as Hawkman and Hawkgirl got written out entirely.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah,
I
they
like
were
the
gone
Hawk-
after season 1, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
they were.
Not even mentioned again.
They mention him every now and then.
Hideo
They mentioned him during the-
Kojima was a massive fan of the Flash.
Hideo
Flash.
Kojima?
Finished
That's
watching The
funny.
Flash season 3, great cliffhanger. I need to watch the next season again. I can't stop watching.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's all in Japanese. News of the
crazy.
DC drama The Flash will conclude in season 9. I've watched Grant Gustin's video for his fans. I love the drama version of The Flash. Suddenly, I remembered to search the warehouse and unearthed season 6, which I have not yet sealed. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that I had stopped watching at episode 13 of season 5, so I watched the rest of the season for the first time in 2 years.
Oh, that's nice. He's cool.
Supergirl was originally planned to go on for 7 seasons, but the cast was tired, so they took those plans and merged them into season 6. But the cast was tired.
Bro, so Melissa wanted out, and they're like, please, can we do one more? And they're like, okay, we can do one-ish. And they did an abbreviated season.
Yeah. Asked if he would like to play another character like Mon-El, Jesse answered that Chris has played Mon-El perfectly, and he couldn't have done as well. He said that Melissa had clearly thought Chris would play it. Okay, season 7.
Who's Jesse? Who are they talking about here?
I don't know.
Click away from it.
I'm trying to move forward. So, I remember this. That there was possibly going to be a 7th season of Supergirl without Supergirl.
Yeah. It makes sense.
When COVID-19 began severely disrupting television production, Stephen Amell gave Greg Berlanti a call and offered to film a 9th season of Arrow if there was an actor availability emergency, which would bring Oliver Queen back from the dead. Because
he's actually insane. He talked about that at length. That's really that he was like, I'm down to because of the circumstances of the thing, and then he ended up doing his other show, Heels, instead.
Got it.
Yeah.
For Black Lightning's final season, a new purple suit was made for Thunder. She receives it in the 9th episode, and it was used on screen for literally 2 minutes before the series ends. Probably for future appearances on Painkiller, the spinoff the CW didn't pick up.
Ooh. I dig it. I love that actress too.
Yeah, I fell off of that show. I think season 2 or 3.
Yeah, really quickly.
No, I stuck with it for like 2 or 3
No,
seasons.
I was saying I fell off it really quickly.
Oh no, it was really good. That was like that stood out to me as being so
I liked
different
it. It was
than the
very
shows.
depressing. I liked it. The writing was good and the actors were great.
Due to the popularity of Arrow's original characters, Andrew Krosenberg Rotting introduced John Diggle and Felicity Smoke to DC's New 52 line of Green Arrow comics. Diggle was well received and remained throughout the New 52 and Rebirth eras. Felicity lasted 6 episodes. I remember Felicity getting written back out.
Goodbye, Felicity.
When asked if WB approached Liam Neeson about reprising the role of Ra's al Ghul in Arrow, he said that he hadn't been, but would in a heartbeat. He was then offered the role, but declined due to scheduling, so instead they found another white man to play an Arab Chinese character.
Holy shit, I love this thread. I'm going to follow Neb when this is all done.
After Hartley Sawyer was fired from The Flash due to resurfacing offensive tweets, people wondered if the character of Elongated Man would be recast. Instead, Ralph's face was severely burned, so he arrives wearing a helmet with a voice modulator and never shows up again. Yep.
The single dumbest thing when your character's powers are shape-shifting.
Uh-huh.
Yep. That's how you know only idiots write this show. Work on this.
Arrow Season 2 bafflingly features adaptations of Church of Blood and Solomon Grundy at the same time, with Brother Blood and Cyrus Gold having been mentioned by the religious leader Roger Trigon, now working for Deathstroke to help build an army of super soldiers. This is Grundy? I didn't know that. I didn't know it was supposed to be Grundy. Yeah.
It was Grundy, because what do you call it? That's Barry Allen's introduction episode.
Okay. Joanna de la Vega, Laurel's friend in season 1, is an adaptation of Black Lightning's niece, Joanna Pierce, created by. Okay, I mean, they got rid of that because they just put her on her own show. Tom Holland used to be an Arrow fan. Off to school for the very last time. Tom Holland retweeted Arrow producer teases epic finale.
That's kind of great.
And Legends of Tomorrow Season 2, the Legion of Doom creates the alternate reality Doom World. In this reality, Phyllis Smoke is a vigilante with her own superhero suit. But to be honest with you guys, for a moment, I may just be losing it this far because I like the suit, but that's okay, I think.
Yeah. I remember this.
That was cool.
Yeah. A good time.
That's the season I fell off of Legends and never came back.
It was funny.
In the recently released, supposedly canon comic Earth Prime, the future Arrowverse Justice League roster is Adams, Batwoman, Batwoman Beyond, still Ryan, Batwing, and Jax Jackson as the new Captain Cold, among others.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What?
All right.
The
WB asked Michael Rosenbaum to return for Crisis on Infinite Earths as Lex Luthor, but had no script ready and offered very little money, so he declined. Yeah, we do that.
Yep. Pass.
Mark's original idea was that Green Arrow's death would be the inspiration for Bruce Wayne to become Batman. This was scrapped for many reasons, one of them being Batwoman coming into the mix later. In 2012, Gail Simone, the award-winning comic writer known for her Birds of Prey run, among other things, asked the team behind Arrow to not screw up Dinah Lance Black Canary. Mark Guggenheim replied, "We won't, we promise. This aged poorly."
True. Fair. Oh.
This aged poorly.
The Arrowverse tried very hard to get Green Lantern included in some way over the years, failing every time. Alan Scott in Legends of Tomorrow, Ferris Airlines frequently mentioned, Faceless Hal Jordan. Where did Faceless Hal Jordan appear? Oh,
Arrow Season 4, opening, episode 1.
Oh, God damn you. Diggle actually being Jon Stewart all along, going nowhere. After Manu Bennett's guest appearance at Arrow Season 3, he believed the writers took Deathstroke in the wrong direction due to him being such a powerful character in the comics. Regardless, he was convinced to return as Slade Wilson in Season 5 and 6.
Thank God, because he did really well in Season 5.
Yeah.
Season 5 was awesome. I'll never forget that scene where he's like, "Hey, kid." And he's like sitting in the cell. It's the first time you hear him. Oh, the reveal was so good.
In Arrow's infamous fourth season, several episodes end with flash forward showing a grave, revealing that a main character was going to die, with fans speculating who it could be. As it turns out, the writers didn't know who was dying either, and later decided it to be Black Canary. I remember that. I remember they didn't know. It was just, they just kept doing this, and we were all like, who is it? And then they were like, yeah, we don't know. We don't know who that is. 2016 crossover Invasion was advertised as being the first to feature all four Arrowverse shows at the same time, Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow. However, Supergirl's episode was entirely unrelated until the ending, where Barry and Cisco ask Kara for help. Yep. Standard comic book logic, but yep. Legends of Tomorrow Season 3 introduced the character Zari Tomez, a adaptation of Adriana Tomez, Isis, from the comics. She appears in the classic suit once as a Halloween costume and then gets a nice updated suit for Crisis on Earth X, which she only wears once, I guess. Yeah. Katie Lotz did most of her own stunts as Sarah Lance over the years and used this oddly specific slow-motion spinning back kick at least 3 times.
It's a good kick.
In Doom World, the alternate reality... I'm picking up pace here. In Doom World, the alternate reality created by the Legion of Doom, Reverse Flash is friends with the U.S. President Donald Trump. Another Trump reference, with Reverse Flash being cut from Crisis on Earth X, a crossover where Eobard hated Barry so much he literally becomes a Nazi.
That's so funny.
Tom Cavanaugh looks really handsome. He mentions golfing, and the president owns a hotel, as well as wishing Mel the best. This is a reference to then current world president Donald Trump and his wife, First Lady Melania. In Arrowverse canon, Barack Obama survived a assassination attempt from Gorilla Grodd while attending college.
They have a line in that where someone goes, "Run, Barry, run," but it's to Barack.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And Arrow Season 2.5, an official tie-in comic written by Mark Guggenheim and Kido Shimizu. Bronze Tiger is killed with his own claws by Arrowverse Black Adam while on a Suicide Squad mission. This is later retconned as Michael Jai White returned as Bronze Tiger in Season 7.
I love Michael Jai White. Incredible fighter.
Oliver's son, Connor Hawke, was not adapted well. Sandra Hawke was initially adapted as Samantha Clayton, a white woman who had an entirely different child named William. He's then revealed as Diggle's son in the future, who chose the name Connor Hawke, but actually he's Bronze Tiger's son.
Yeah, it's really bad. It gets more confusing the more you watch it. It's very exhausting.
Constantine is retroactively added to the Arrowverse after its cancellation due to fan demand for Matt Ryan's portrayal of the character. He was an Arrow guest star, then Legends of the Tomorrow series regular, and then played John Constantine in 5 different animated projects.
Yeah, he's incredible.
I almost came back to watch Legends when he was on there. Oh my God, no!
He was really good on Legends.
Should we call it, Benny, and just if they?
We can't.
This is a safe spot.
We can't.
Yes,
Holy,
we can.
Oh my God, we have
We
to call
can.
it.
Oh my
We
God.
have to. Okay, I pitch it, guys. We should just revisit this. Next
Oh my
time, if
God!
you
Yeah,
guys
we're
like
gonna.
it.
This has got to be a part 2 if you guys want more.
Oh,
of
we
this.
can
Jesus.
easily. Looks
Oh
like
my
Neb
God.
is adding stuff every single day.
March 4th.
Neb.
Yeah.
There's
Neb, why? Neb, why? Oh my God! Holy shit!
We're gonna be here for like
this is
4.
like a 5-parter. at
That's
this
the
point.
end. That's the end.
As of this moment.
Wait, hold on.
No, Neb.
No!
Neb! Okay, we're gonna make this a 2-parter if you guys like the first one.
If you guys like the first one of us reflecting on it, we'll come back to this. But holy crap!
Like I said, it was much shorter when I sent it to us.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today. We just went on so long. Hudson's camera
It
canceled out.
overheated and it died. It's not turning on, and I'm worried.
Dan's sick today, so we were supposed to end 30 minutes ago.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Follow our sponsors. Let us know if you want us to keep doing this thread. Ned, this is good work. Thank you, Ned. You make our job easy. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time right here.